if he does come to Toronto, first of all, where does he go in this lineup?
I think he goes 3-stick.
Really, you're bumping him all the way to 3.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. Chris here with Daniel.
Hello.
Yeah, and we are talking about Freddie Freeman to the Toronto Blue Jays. Again, I think we talked about that before.
No, we talked about Bryant before, but
yes,
Freeman's the new hot topic, and he is
hotter than Bryant, if you ask me. Yeah. In terms of playing wise.
Yes, in terms of playing wise, Freeman's like a star talent for sure. I mean, they both are star talents, but like Freeman is on another level.
Exactly. And like
the question comes down to Freeman's position and what he's gonna do with the Jays. Because we have someone named Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Never heard of him. But first, if you guys are new here and you like the content that you're seeing, hit that like button, subscribe. We're on the goal to reach 500 subscribers. I was going to say 500K, but no, we're not really close to that. But yeah, 500 subscribers. So if you can hit that button, that'll be epic. Cool, thanks. All right, back to Freeman.
One day we'll be at 500K. One day.
That'd be pretty epic, not going to lie. Yeah, it'd be like
Tim Freeman. Oh, Tim and Sid. But so reports came out yesterday from. I try to find the guy's name because I'm gonna butcher it.
Yep, that usually happens whenever you say a name.
Hang on, let me find the name. What was the guy's name? Let's just say reports came from someone at Bleacher Report. I don't remember who the guy's name was.
They got a lot of reporters.
I'm not gonna try to mispronounce it, but basically saying that. According to a close source to Freddie Freeman, that there's growing belief that he's going to leave Atlanta because of how far his negotiations are. Which at first I thought they weren't allowed to talk to players, like the staff. So I'm confused on a little bit on why, on how they can have far apart negotiations if they're not allowed to negotiate.
Yeah, I mean, I really couldn't care less considering now there's news to talk about. So like, good job. Thank you for doing that, Freddie Freeman. I respect it. I really don't care if they talk or not. You know, I mean, maybe they're talking to the minor league teams and then they're passing it over to the major league teams because they are allowed to speak to those guys. But I really don't know how it works. Or it could just be, oh, look, we met at a coffee house at this. What a coincidence. Same time.
I have a feeling it's probably like some.
They're like, what are the odds?
Oh, I ran into you on the street kind of thing. Let's have a verbal discussion.
Verbal discussion about free agency with the team owner. Wow. Crazy.
But, anyhow, so that came out, and, I mean, I'll be honest. As much as I want Freeman on the Jays, I still don't think he's leaving Atlanta.
I'm going to be honest, Daniel. I think your honesty is not as good as my honesty, because I think he's going to leave Atlanta. We got some opposite opinions here. And I want him to leave Atlanta, though. That's the thing.
I can't see... Like, unless Atlanta... First of all, I can't believe Atlanta's not paying him. Like, that's just crazy.
What are they doing? He's the best player on the team.
He literally is, I'll say, safely a top 3 first baseman in the league.
Yeah, Vlad, Olsen, Freeman, right?
Not even Vlad, Freeman, and I don't know, you could throw someone else at
who cares? Who cares?
Bellinger if he's hot, but
it's really just the two.
Like, Freeman's one of the best first basemen, and generally one of the best players in the league. And the fact that Atlanta's not paying him after they just won a World Series is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, the fact that they won the World Series with him as, like, the core of that batting lineup, too. Like, they didn't even have Ronald Acuna Jr. for most of the season, or even the playoffs, actually, right? They didn't even have him.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
You know who led that team? Freddie Freeman. And they're not.
And the year before, when they were in the playoffs, Freeman did the same thing.
Who won the MVP?
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's proven that he's a clutch player. No doubt about it.
For sure.
He's proven he's a great player. So if Atlanta's not going to pay him, I mean, doesn't make... Like, any other team should take a chance. I've heard Dodgers might be on him. I've heard the Yankees, because they're always looking for a first baseman.
They have... I was going to say they have Rizzo, but they haven't signed him yet, right?
Yeah, they haven't signed Rizzo. But, I mean, Freeman does have connection to the Jays.
He does.
He is technically Canadian.
He played for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. Yeah.
Through a loophole, he is Canadian.
Yeah, he's pretty much 90 like 8% American, but I guess he kind of identifies as Canadian, I guess you would
I
say.
think it's I think it's similar to um people who are born like who you're it's his background's Canadian. He's not
Yeah.
actually like you know what I mean? Like you know people who identify as oh I'm Italian but I wasn't born in Italy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like pretty
Like
much
that kind
everybody
of
from our
people.
school. Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
majority of the people. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think it's his mom, right?
I know it's one of his parents that are Canadian. I think the other one,
Yeah.
yeah.
One of them's American, one of them's Canadian, so that's where he gets it from.
Yeah, he
And
was
that's how he's
born in the
played for
US and then
yes.
it's kind of like that what's it called? That skier from the Olympics. She's
Oh,
American. Eileen Gu, I think her name was. She's American, but she competed for China in the Olympics because her
yeah.
background is Chinese or something. I don't know.
Yes. So he does technically, if he comes to Canada, he'll be like Canadian, quote unquote.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I want to discuss like if he does come to Toronto. First of all, where does he go in this lineup?
I think he goes three stick.
Really, you're bumping him all the way to three?
Well, I would have Springer one,
Yeah,
Vlad two, what's it called? Freeman three, Bobo four.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad lineup
I mean, you can
at
flip
all.
Vlad and Bo if you want to. It doesn't really matter, but
Like he definitely makes the lineup better. It's just defensively, I don't see where he goes, and it's not like
first
you can just
base.
stick. There is the argument, put him at
Yeah,
first
of
base
course.
and Vlad at first base, and then just rotate them in the DH spot,
Which would be a very great problem to have, might I say.
which is a great problem.
Hmm.
Except then you're gonna have to either put Teoscar Hernandez in the outfield,
Not that bad.
or you gotta trade him. And hear me out, crazy idea.
Okay, I want to hear this.
So hypothetically, the Jays signed Freeman, which I have no idea how much the contract will be, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But hypothetically, the Jays signed Freeman. Okay.
Yep.
Now you decide that you're going to either play him at first or DH, and then Vlad's going to either be first or DH, depending on where Freeman's not playing that day, and vice versa.
Hmm.
You then have four outfielders still. You have Grichuk, you have Springer, you have Gurriel, and you have Teoscar Hernandez.
Okay.
Hypothetically, Grichuk has no trade value.
I still trade him.
You can still trade him, but hypothetically, Grichuk has no trade value.
Yep.
Springer, you're not trading. You just signed him to a massive deal.
Obviously.
So you're left with Lourdes or Teoscar,
Who have trade value.
who have lots of trade value.
Hmm.
Hypothetically, I could see Teoscar being traded in this case because Lourdes is a much better defender than Teoscar. Agree or disagree to that statement?
I agree. I mean, Gurriel's been nominated for the Gold Glove. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but I guess he's a better defender.
So I remember, or you could even trade Gurriel and put Teoscar. Because here's the thing: I remember a team called the Cleveland Guardians at the
Oh,
deadline
I've heard of
were
them. Yeah.
calling about these two outfielders.
Yeah, I think they were more on the side of Gurriel than Teoscar.
Or are they more on the side of Gurriel? Okay, you can
Yeah.
do Gurriel. And
It's
trade him.
because he's more team friendly. That's why.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. So hypothetically, you're dealing Gurriel here because I remember Cleveland Guardians were interested in this deal, and they have a third baseman that the Jays need in Jose Ramirez.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, if we can get Jose Ramirez and
So
Freddie Freeman.
imagine you trade Gurriel, you'd have to give up some prospects. I mean,
Well, whatever. It's fine.
probably like Roshan's probably is going to go, unfortunately,
It's whatever.
and then a couple pitchers, I would say,
Okay.
and one of the many catchers we have. Anyhow. And then you bring in Jose Ramirez, and the infield becomes Freeman or Vlad, whoever's at first base, Biggio at second, Bo at short, and Ramirez at third.
Oh, best infield in baseball, I have to say.
I mean, not even, and then the 1 through like 8
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, so you would have what Springer one, and then I guess you would have to throw Ramirez in two, maybe Vlad or Freeman in three, one of those in four as well, Bo in
I would
five,
do,
Teoscar
honestly,
six.
I do probably Ramirez 2 or Vlad 2, and then Freeman Ramirez 3, 4, both 5.
Yeah, the reason
Like,
I'd put Ramirez in two is because he's a switch hitter, so like he can mix it up both
true.
ways.
True.
And then after that you have Gurriel. Oh no, we traded him. Never
Randall.
mind. No, he's getting traded him too.
Oh no,
Teoscar.
Teoscar
Yeah.
5, Bo
Teoscar
6.
six. Yeah, even that. Oh my god. And then what we
Randall,
got?
like 7.
Yeah, if
Gurriel,
Randall's
not
there.
Gurriel. Who am I missing? Who's eight?
Biggio, Jansen,
Yeah, Bijou and Jansen, 8-9. Like
yeah,
that's
or
an
Kirk.
insane lineup.
I mean, if you only have like two holes in your batting lineup and it's 8 and 9, and Biggio's kind of a hole, but not really because you'll just get on base every time. So like he doesn't have to swing the bat; he can just stand there.
And Jansen's ridiculously good defensively, so it's not really like it's a whole hitting wise, but defensively he's A1,
Exactly.
I would say.
And
So
then
like,
also, if you have a lineup that's that deep, those two guys are gonna get more pitches to hit. So maybe their numbers will also be a little bit better than what they were in the other years. And also, Daniel, that lineup's just insane. I gotta say,
like obviously, I'm reaching here. Like,
of
obviously,
course,
this is something like franchise mode in MLB The Show happens.
that's a good point.
But I mean, like, it is very possible if it happens to deal one of the corner outfielders in either Teoscar or Lourdes.
Yeah, and
And
also
if you're going to do that, you might as well go get a top tier third baseman at it. Like,
it's
if you
true.
sign Freeman, it's very clear you're making a push for the playoffs right now,
Exactly.
and and like you're making a push for the World Series. Sorry.
hmm And also, if just say there were to be an injury, because it's bound to happen, at least maybe one, two, three, even four will probably get injured out of those like nine throughout a season. We have depth as well. You have, Espinal, who's a great bench player. He can play third at like an elite defensive level, play second elite defensively. Do we have? I'm sure we have like another backup catcher. Like we got
Well,
Kirk.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm guaranteeing that Gabriel Moreno's coming up this year. Like, it's
Exactly,
almost
for sure.
guaranteed. Like, if he, as long as he like does well in AAA, he's coming up. So
I
you'll have
agree.
him. You have Kirk. You have infield depth still in someone like Kevin Smith.
Exactly, yeah, I was thinking of him too. And if
He's on the
just say,
fringe.
for example, like players, maybe if Groshans doesn't get traded, he has a good maybe double A or triple A. He could maybe get called up, boost up his trade value, trade him
Exactly.
maybe the next year or something. And then maybe
Exactly.
Orelvis Martinez gets, has a good season.
Otto
Maybe you can bring it up.
Lopez. Like, there's a ton of
Exactly.
infield depth, outfield depth wise. I mean, let's be real. You can just sign a cheap outfielder like a Gerard Dyson or someone.
Yeah, well, don't forget, Cavan can also play outfield. So just say one of the three need a
Yeah,
day off. You could throw Cavan out there, put Santi at second.
true. I mean, you really could. Like, there's so much for this lineup, and
hmm
the only thing is, can they get the money to work? Because I think the Jays front office right now, if Freeman came to them and was like, "Hey, I really want to play in Toronto,"
I'd be like,
they're
come
not
here.
gonna say no. They're
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
approach him and try to make it work without cost, like any other MLB team should.
hmm
But can you make the money work? Because you still got to re-sign Vlad, and especially after Tatis's deal and what Soto apparently rejected. If Vlad has
Jesus.
another good season, he's gonna be like 300, 400 million.
Yeah, and one
Um,
good thing coming out of this lockout is they were saying that they want to increase the luxury tax barrier
yes.
to around what 240, I think it is, something like that.
Whatever. So we'll see what
Which
happens, but
is yeah, right now it's like 210, 212. So that's like an extra $30 million contract a year for some
yeah.
teams in there. Obviously not everybody gets up to that, but that could help.
So we'll see. You still have to resign Vlad. You have to resign Bo,
hmm
right? You're gonna have to resign whatever one we didn't trade in Teoscar or Lourdes, probably Teoscar in this case.
Yeah, but also
Hypothetical two
don't
we're talking
forget,
about.
Daniel, that Grichuk's contract is up next year or the year after,
Yes.
so that's like 10 million gone. Ryu
And then
has
as
2 years left,
well,
so that's another
you
20
got to
million
think
a
about,
season gone.
but then you also got to think about, okay, we need to restock our pitching because obviously the lineup was good last year, but the pitching was the worst in the league, bullpen
Arguably,
wise,
yeah.
bullpen wise,
hmm
right? So they're gonna need still money to re-sign quality pitcher arms. So
Of course.
can they get the money to work? I have no clue. If they do, instantly this team becomes a World Series favorite in my opinion.
Yeah, and also one good thing you were talking about what's it called, Jose Ramirez, is that he is also on a team-friendly contract for I believe
Yes.
2 years. So I mean, after those 2 years, obviously you're gonna have to pay the guy, and I feel like he would walk from Toronto. But I mean, 2 good years of healthy prime Jose Ramirez would be nothing bad.
The other thing is you could do is if you want to go for a little bit of a cheaper guy,
Yep.
go to someone named Matt Chapman in
Ooh,
Oakland.
I like that
Who
guy.
even if they don't get Freddie Freeman, I still think they can get Matt Chapman.
I agree.
He's coming off a terrible year. He's an elite. He is the best, or okay, he is the second best defender at third base. I'm sorry, Arenado's the best in my opinion.
I agree.
Um,
But Matt Chapman's glove,
his glove
like you
is
guys
ridiculous,
thought Donaldson was good in 2015. Matt Chapman is like, whoo, way better.
and he's coming off a bad year. But this guy has the capability to hit 270 with like 40 plus bombs.
He's got the potential. And what
He's got
happened
the
the last
potential.
time we got a third baseman from
I was
Oakland?
about to say, and what
Oh, okay,
happened the
my
last
bad.
time we got a third baseman from Oakland? He
Yeah,
became an MVP favorite. So I mean,
exactly.
it definitely could happen. I no clue if it's gonna happen. I want Freddie Freeman on Toronto. That's my opinion.
I do
I
too. So if Freddie Freeman goes to Toronto, Daniel, would you buy a Freddie Freeman jersey?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, cool.
100%.
I was gonna say I
100%.
would too.
I will get the white one.
Yeah, see, I still need a gray, so I would have to go for a gray Freeman.
Then
Yeah.
go for the gray one.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
you know what? Red one.
For Canada Day, that's what I was thinking too,
Yes.
because he's Canadian. So
I think
yeah,
it's got to happen.
he's in
But
quotation
let
marks
us know.
Canadian.
Let us know down below what you guys think. I know it's very hypothetical we're talking here, but I mean it is a real possibility Freeman can come to Toronto. He's in the top 3 teams from what I heard. I heard it was Yankees, Dodgers, Toronto, which is crazy to think about.
Toronto, come on, we got this. We cannot let him
Which
go
is
to the Yankees
crazy
or
to
Dodgers.
think about. Yankees and Dodgers, and we're right up there.
Yeah,
But
like where's Boston? Like what the heck?
no clue. Where's the Angels? Where's all Giants? All these other teams. But
Daniel,
let us
it's
know
the
down
Angels.
below.
Come on.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know
Let us
down
know
below.
down below. Drop a like on the video and as well hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys all next time.